Good afternoon and welcome to Willspool for the first game of the season in the Rugby League Stones Bitter Championship between Premiership winners Warrington and Challenge Cup winners Castleford. The teams for today's game: Warrington at 1, Paul Ford; 2, Mark Foster; at 3, Paul Cullen; 4, Ronnie Dwayne; at 5 is Rick Thackeray; 6, Paul Bishop; 7 is Andy Gregory; 8, Les Boyd; 9, Kevin Tamity; 10, Tony Worrell; at 11 is Billy McGinty; 12, Mark Roberts; and 13, Mike Gregory. Substitutes are Ken Kelly and Gary Sanderson. The Castleford side: at 1, David Ruckley; 2, David Plange; at 3, Gary Lord; 4, Gary Hyde; 5 is Tony Spears; 6, Tony Marchant; 7 is Bob Beardmore; 8, Alan Shillitoe; 9 is Martin Slater; 10, Barry Johnson; 11, Martin Kettridge; 12, Kevin Ward; and 13 is Keith England. Associates for Castleford are Darren Cohen and Dean Mountain. The referee for today's game is Mr. Whitfield of Widnes. His touch judges are Mr. Barrett and Mr. Lloyd. So the first game of the new season here at Willspool, one of the most attractive fixtures in the Rugby League calendar: Warrington and Castleford. And the two captains, Warrington's Les Boyd and Castleford's Bob Beardmore, meet in the centre of the field. And quite a good crowd on for this first game here at Willspool. And the teams will stay as they are, so Warrington will be playing from left to right as we look, playing in the white shirts with the primrose and blue band. Castleford in that amber and black, playing from right to left. And it'll be Warrington who will start this game. And it's Paul Bishop who opens the new season, kicks deep. Ruckley goes for it, stops it with his feet. Hands it on to David Plange, and Plange drops the ball. Poor start for Castleford, first pass of the game going to ground. David Plange knocking the ball on, so a scrum down midway inside the Castleford 25 in the opening seconds of the game. Andy Gregory puts the ball in, comes out on the Warrington side. Gregory goes for it, hands it on to Bishop. Bishop back to Dwayne. Dwayne, he's well tackled by Tony Marchant. Kevin Tamity goes acting half-back, hands it on to Mike Gregory. Gregory moves in field, brought down low well by Martin Slater. Tamity this time on to Worrell. Worrell takes play inside the Castleford 25 before he's brought down. Tamity once more, hands it on to Andy Gregory, to Paul Bishop, back to Gregory. Gregory onto Les Boyd, can't take the pass though. And Beardmore has it for Castleford. Goes on to Alan Shillitoe. Shillitoe though is well tackled. Slater. Plange. A good tackle coming in there from McGinty. Slater onto Beardmore. Cross now to Ward. Ward's well tackled though. Mike Gregory and Tony Worrell. Slater hands it back to Ruckley. Ball hangs in the wind. Paul Ford comes for it. Picks it up. Back to Mark Foster. Foster now straightens up and he's brought down on the halfway line. Andy Gregory goes himself on the play of the ball, looking for the gap. He's well tackled this time by Shillitoe and Kettridge. Tamity once more onto Tony Worrell. Worrell, good tackle coming in from Shillitoe once more. Tamity onto Gregory, to Paul Bishop. Bishop onto Mark Roberts. Roberts gets away from Marchant, still going. Good run from Mark Roberts. Tamity once more. Bishop to Andy Gregory. Gregory now moving forward. A long pass, Boyd gets it now. Les Boyd cuts back inside. There's nobody behind him though. 6 more tackles now for Warrington. Gregory takes it, goes himself, cuts inside one man. Gregory still going, takes place on the Castleford 25 before he's brought down by his opposite number Beardmore and Gary Lord. Tamati goes himself on to Les Boyd. Boyd charges forward. Tamati to Bishop, to Worrell, back to Bishop, on to Mike Gregory. But Gregory's well tackled that time by Kevin Ward. This time it's Bishop, but a poor drop goal attempt. And Castleford have a tap from the 25. Slater will take it, hands it on to Shillito, moves forward, but Tony Worrell's there along with Kevin Tamati to bring him down. Slater once more. Finally it's Keith England who's brought down by Tony Worrell. Slater once more. Nice run this time from Johnson. Another good tackle from Worrell. Slater. Nice pass this time to Ward. Ward takes place out of the Warrington half, gets his pass away. This time it's taken by Shillito. Runs straight into Les Boyd though, but still gets away. Finally Tamati and Mike Gregory bring him down. And that is a free kick. The first of the game, going to Castleford. And it's Martin Kettridge with the kick. It's a poor one. And it was well stopped over on that far side by Dwayne, which results in the scrum down just on the Warrington 25. Gregory to put the ball in, but he won't have the chance. Castleford given the free kick. Gregory and Les Boyd having a word with the referee, Mr. Whitfield. But the decision, the free kick to Castleford. Kettridge puts the ball safely into touch this time over the main stand, and it's Castleford now who have a chance to mount the attack. Moving now inside the Warrington 25. Slater will go acting half-back this time. Hands it on to Kettridge. Kettridge moves forward, beats one man, he's going for the line. And he's there, the first try of the season here at Wilderspool. And it's the Visitors who scored it. They scored on Martin Kettridge. So a poor start then for Warrington. 5 minutes have gone, and it's Castleford who take the lead by 4 points to 0. So Kettridge will try and convert his own try. Comes up, strikes it nicely, and a nice goal there from Martin Kettridge. It's Castleford who get the first points on the board. It's Warrington 0, Castleford 6. Just over 5 minutes gone. And it's Paul Bishop to restart, kicks deep. It's a good one, well stopped though. Tony Spears. Spears all met by Les Boyd and Tony Worrell. Slater. Johnson. Johnson with McGinty. McGinty finally brings him down. Slater once more. Goes across to Shillito this time. Good tackle from Paul Bishop, and Mike Gregory has the ball. And Warrington now with a chance in the Castleford 25. It's Andy Gregory. Gregory hands it on to Worrell. Worrell going across field, dummies, beats one tackle, then pushed back. Tamati will go acting half back. It's McGinty who comes up this time and takes it. Makes a couple of yards before he's brought down. Tamati once more. This time it's Mark Roberts who takes the ball. Beats one tackle. Mark Roberts still going. Good run there from Mark Roberts. Tamati this time. It's on to Mike Gregory, can't take the pass. Cullen kicks the ball forward. And that's a tap for Castleford from the 25. Slater takes it, hands it on to Kettridge. Kettridge though meets Tamati and Boyd. Slater once more, sends it right. Chance now here, good run from Gary Lord. Beardmore, on to Marchant. Marchant cuts inside, good tackle from Bishop, assisted by Tamati. Slater, nice little move there. Beardmore can't take it, foul ball is knocked on by Gary Hyde. Gregory puts the ball in, Castleford in possession with Beardmore. Beardmore on to Marchant. Marchant, a poor pass though, and Gary Hyde can't take the pass. So Gregory puts the ball in, and it's Mike Gregory who has it for Warrington. Gregory, long pass out to Paul Bishop, to Cullen. Cullen back to Bishop. Bishop, he's stopped though by Hyde and Marchant. Cullen goes acting half-back this time, goes himself. He's stopped again by Marchant and Barry Johnson. And it looks like Cullen has lost the ball in that tackle. And Tony Marchant comes up with it. Hyde hands it on to Shillitoe. Tackle by Paul Ford though, and McGinty follows up to bring him down. Slater, Kettridge. Kettridge, finally brought down by McGinty and Tamati. Slater once more, goes across, Ward, straightens up, loses the ball, and that's a knock-on from Kevin Ward. And the referee wanting another ball, kicks that one into touch. Once again, Andy Gregory will put the ball in. And this time the free kick goes to Warrington. Leg up in the scrum from Slater. So Paul Bishop with the kick for touch. Successful one over on that far side. So Andy Gregory to take the second part of the penalty. Taps it, but referee Whitfield wants him at the correct place. Taps it again, Tamati, Gregory, Bishop, Gregory. Matt Roberts coming in on the burst again, Roberts is away. Good tackle coming in though. Tackle Gary Lord, but here's Tamati, hands it on to Andy Gregory. Gregory, still Andy Gregory, Jinkin and Gray looking for the gap. Finally brought down by Tony Marchant. Tamati goes acting half-back. Sends it on to Les Boyd. Boyd charges forward, knocks off Ward. Ford onto Bishop. Bishop to McGinty. McGinty onto Gregory, but he can't take the pass. Now that's off there for Cass. Beardmore then puts the ball in. Gregory pounces on it. Warrington in possession then, inside the Castleford 25, Tamati. Poor pass. Paul Cullen has to pick it up. Finally straightens up. Still Paul Cullen. Paul Cullen still going, finally brought down by Barry Johnson. This time it's Tamati. Tamati to McGinty. But that's offside, yes, against Shillitoe. And Paul Bishop will try and pull 2 points back for Warrington. So Paul Bishop with the penalty attempt. Comes up, left-footed, and strikes it safely through. And pulls the scores to Warrington 2, Castleford 6. So Kettridge restarts, long kick downfield, Mark Roberts is there, keeps down it well, moves forward. Mark Roberts still brought down by Kettridge. Tamati, this time it's Mark Foster. Foster's well tackled though by Tony Marchant. Tamati once more will take it, hands it on to Andy Gregory. Gregory back to Dwayne. Dwayne now straightens on, he's got the break, Dwayne's away now. He's got Mike Gregory with him. Mike Gregory though just can't take the pass. Lovely break by Ronnie Dwayne over on that far side. And his pass was just dropped by Mike Gregory. Good applause from the Warrington fans. Beardmore puts the ball in, Cass in possession, Beardmore from the base of the scrum. And this time Marchant can't take it, Mike Gregory pounces on it for Warrington. Warrington then back in possession, Paul Bishop eager to get on with things, hands it on to Andy Gregory. Gregory now moves forward, just brought down by Shillitoe. Kevin Tamati onto Tony Worrell. Worrell, well tackled by Slater with Kevin Ward. Tamati, this time it's McGinty moving forward. Makes good ground before he's finally brought down. This time it's Bishop to Andy Gregory. Gregory now stops, looking for the gap himself. Gets the ball away to Worrell. Worrell to Rick Thackeray. Thackeray, first touch of the game. He's brought down, and that's the sixth tackle then for Warrington. Paul Bishop. Kick across field. Easy for Beardmore. Good tackle from Mike Gregory. Ruckley coming away from the play of the ball. Mike Gregory is there again with Mark Roberts. Beardmore. Ward. Slater once more. Johnson. Good tackle in there from Boyd and Bishop. Slater once more onto Beardmore. Beardmore well tackled by Bishop. We got his ball away to Marchant. Marchant's well stopped though by McGinty. Goes back. The kick downfield. Paul Ford goes for this one. Takes it safely. Paul Ford now. Long pass to Cullen. Cullen takes it safely, cuts back inside. Good run here from Cullen. Cullen now straightens up onto Foster. Ball goes loose. Finally picked up by Bishop. Ball went backwards. Bishop now moves forward. Still Paul Bishop. Finally brought down by Kevin Ward. Good little run there from Paul Cullen. This time it's Tamati. Tamati a long pass out to Andy Gregory. Gregory looking to go himself. Gets away from Marchant. Gregory gets his pass away to Boyd. Boyd on to Dwayne. Dwayne now moving forward. Good tackle again coming in over on that far side from Tony Marchant. Good move though from Warrington. Tamati takes it, hands it on to Tony Wall, to Gregory. Gregory looking for the gap. Nearly found it. Good tackle coming in from Keith England. Tony Wall sends it left to Tamati. Tamati handing off men. Brought down on the Cash 25. It's Dwayne to Tony Worrell. Worrell onto Paul Bishop. Bishop to Mike Gregory. Gregory, Mark Roberts juggling with the ball, still holds on. Looks to get the ball away. Appeared to get a fist in the face from Kevin Ward. Sixth tackle for Warrington. Mike Gregory to Paul Bishop. Bishop, high kick. Hanging off with Lee. Ruckley comes for it. Mike Gregory's there. Ruckley takes it well. Then well tackled by Tony Worrell. Beardmore quickly takes it. Comes on to Shillitoe. Shillitoe moving forward. Tamati, Gregory and Foster all in the tackle. Johnson goes himself. Tamati and Foster are there. Goes right this time. Kettridge straightens up. Good tackle going in from the second rows. McGinty and Roberts. Slater to Beardmore. Beardmore, Johnson. Nice slip pass to Ward. Ward straightens up. Well caught though by Mark Roberts and Billy McGinty once more. Tony Marchant this time to Beardmore. Beardmore, kick for touch. Looks a good one. Paul Ford goes over for it and will keep that one in. Paul Ford then. Here's well tackled by Beardmore. And plunge. This time it's Rick Thackeray, goes himself. Rick Thackeray still going, Thackeray's away. Got away for 3 tackles, still Thackeray. Good run there from Rick Thackeray, got away from 3 cast players, then another 2. This time it's Tamati, on to Gregory. Gregory now he gets to get things on. It's a poor pass, Hyde. Cullen's in there well, Cullen's away. Cullen now, cuts in field, still Paul Cullen. Cullen beats another man. Good run from Paul Cullen. Second, 6 more tackles. Tamati, on to Andy Gregory. Gregory to Bishop. Bishop on to Tony Worrell. Worrell now moving forward. Brought down over on that far side. This time it's Les Boyd to Paul Bishop. Bishop to Tamati. Tamati now moves forward. Long pass, Mike Gregory's under pressure. The ball goes loose and Castleford back in possession. Tony Spears has it. Tony Marchant goes himself on to play the ball with Cullen. Cullen stops him well. Slate up to Beardmore. Beardmore now to Martin Kettridge. Kettridge stalls forward, but Tony Worrell and Mark Roberts are there to stop him. And a free kick to Warrington. Talking. Kettridge had a little word with Whitfield. Beardmore telling Kettridge that the referee's in charge. And the first substitute already of the game, Les Boyd leaves the field. Bit of a surprise. No doubt his injured shoulder mustn't be 100%. And that brings on Gary Sanderson. Bishop with the kick for touch. It's a poor one, slices it. Time for Spears to take it well. Faced by Mark Foster. Foster brings him down. But poor penalty there from Paul Bishop. Free kick to Cass. Paul Bishop. Penalised there. Kettridge with the kick for touch, it's a good one. Sets Castleford up on the attack. Slater then will take the second part of the penalty on the Warrington 25, hands it on to Johnson. Johnson, Keith England. England is well tackled by substitute Sanderson. Slater to Shillitoe. Shillitoe moves forward, Bishop's there along with substitute Gary Sanderson and Kevin Tamati. Beardmore goes himself, still Beardmore, good pass taken by Ward. Ward dummies, goes himself, good tackling coming in, good cover tackling from Warrington there. And that's a free kick to Warrington. And Kevin Ward won't be happy with himself there. Didn't play the ball correctly, but that was so nearly a try. It was good cover tackling from Foster, Cullen and Ford that stopped him. Bishop this time makes sure with a penalty kick. Well, can see. So Kevin Tamati has the ball to Tony Worrell. Worrell. Tamati takes it, hands it on to Mike Gregory. Gregory gets away from Shillitoe. Brought down just over the 25. Once again, Tamati goes acting half-back, sends it on to Sanderson. Sanderson just caught up by Keith England. Pounced the bomb by Marchant. Goes back to Paul Bishop. Bishop kicks downfield. A good one. Ruckley goes for it. Stops it with his foot. Picks it up. Faced by Mark Roberts. Uses Spears. Gregory's in there quickly. Escaped the tackle. And Mark Roberts is there for Warrington. Beardmore. Johnson. Johnson finds the gap. And Tamati's there. Castleford, Slater. Nice pass on to Ward. Ward moves forward. Still going. Strong second row, Kevin Ward. And that's a free kick. Offside. And the referee will have a word with Paul Bishop. And Martin Kettridge. Also calls over Kevin Tamati. And says next time, Kevin Tamati will leave the field. For some incident off the ball. So Kettridge with the free kick for Castleford, puts the ball safely into touch. Once again, straight over the main stand. Slater then. Good run from Johnson, takes place out the Warrington 25. Beardmore England. Castleford looking dangerous at the moment. Goes on to Johnson, Johnson back to Beardmore, Beardmore, nice move there for Kettridge, Kettridge onto Marchant, Marchant can't take it, Paul there, dived on it bravely, Paul Ford, because Slater was there, this time it's Gregory, Gregory. Warrington fans angry at the moment. Tamati to McGinty, McGinty, good rake again, clears his lines well there, Billy McGinty. Tamati onto Tony Worrell, Worrell cuts inside Shillitoe, but Shillitoe just grabs him. Tamati back to Paul Bishop, Bishop kicks downfield. Nicely taken by Tony Spears, Spears, but no way past Mike Gregory and Mark Foster. Hyde, Hyde goes himself across field, good tackle by Sanderson, assisted by McGinty and Foster. This time it goes on to Kevin Ward. Ward storms into the Warrington half of the field. Slater back to Keith England. England. This time it goes on to Beardmore. Beardmore, dummies, looks for the gap, finds it, Beardmore's away. Gets his pass into Roadcliffe, faced by Ford, chips over, Paul Ford. They're beaten and Gregory finally covers for Warrington. Nice move by Castleford. Nice defensive play from Andy Gregory. Bishop then drops out. Ruckley coming for it. Stops it, picks it up safely. David Ruckley then for Castleford, moving forward. Good tackle by Sanderson. Slater this time onto Keith England. England still going. Goes right this time with Kettridge. Kettridge moves into the Warrington 25 before he's brought down by Tamati. Once again, Castleford looking dangerous on the attack. Beardmore, long pass to Marchant. Marchant, still Tony Marchant, gets his ball away. And Lord it is finally stopped by Robertson Gregory. Beardmore, Johnson, Johnson goes himself. Sixth tackle for Castleford. It's Ward, Ward looking for the gap, gets it away to Beardmore, ball goes loose, kicked on, Tamati's there. And Tamati gets up, quickly on our three Castleford defenders. But Warrington in possession, close to their own try line and under pressure at the moment. It's Andy Gregory onto Ronnie Dwayne. Dwayne charges forward, clears his lines well. Gregory, referee says play on, and it's Tamati. Andy Gregory once more, this time offside. And that will relieve some of the pressure for Warrington. So 26 minutes gone in this first half. A very tough first division match, which sees a score at the moment, Warrington 2, Castleford 6. And Tamati takes the second pass of the penalty and hands it on to Tony Worrell. Tamati, that should be 6 more tackles, and it is. McGinty. McGinty still going, good run, takes play just inside the Castleford half. Tamati to Sanderson. Sanderson straightens up. Tamati once more to Andy Gregory, to Paul Bishop, back to Gregory, on to Mike Gregory. Gregory back to Paul Ford. Ford dummies, cuts inside. Mike Gregory this time, on to Andy Gregory. Gregory picked up by Sanderson. Sanderson, full Castleford plays around him very quickly. 6th tackle. Andy Gregory sends it on to Paul Bishop. Bishop with the kick for the corner, and it's a lovely kick there from Paul Bishop. Straight into the corner. And that will result in a scrum down just close to the Castleford try line. Baysmore has it on to David Plange. Plange, he's well tackled though by Paul Bishop. Baysmore goes acting half back. Good run from Kettridge, well tackled by Sanderson. Slater then for Castleford. Goes himself, stopped by Paul Bishop and Tony Worrell. Baysmore to Ward. Ward throws the ball back to Johnson. Johnson. Luckily for Warrington, he didn't get that ball away to Tony Marchant. Baysmore kicks downfield. Paul Ford goes for it. Bouncing awkwardly for him. Picks it up safely though. Paul Ford. He's stopped by Shillito and Baysmore. Andy Gregory goes himself. Still Gregory. Finally stopped just on the halfway line. Tamati to Paul Bishop. Bishop. Mark Roberts. Mark Roberts looking to get the ball away. Kevin Tamati onto Andy Gregory. Gregory. Foster can't take the pass. And that will be a knock on. And the referee says the ball went backwards. Well, the ball goes loose. And it's finally picked up by Rick Thackeray. And the free kick is given to Castleford. Well, a bit of a mess up over on that far side. First of all, it looks as if the Castleford player knocked on. The referee said it went backwards. Then appeared to drop the ball. And the referee said that Warrington had pinched it. So Martin Kettridge for Castleford with the free kick, puts it safely into touch over on that far side. Slater then. But no doubt, play was stopped for the ball to be removed from the field. It goes on to Keith England. England, right way, and finally brings him down. Johnson to Shillito. Shillito. Mark Roberts is there, along with Kevin Tamati. Baysmore goes himself, lays it back to Kettridge, a wide open space for Kettridge, gets his pass away. Inside to Ruckley. Ruckley now. Look at good tackle coming in from Paul Ford, but a lovely move there from Castleford. And they're pressing once more with Ward. Ward gets away from two men. Strong second row man Kevin Ward, proving a lot of problems at the moment. And it's Dwayne. Free kick to Castleford. The Warrington fans incensed at the moment by referee Mr. Whitfield. And no doubt Martin Kettridge will try and add further 2 points to the Castleford score. And the referee wants another ball. So Martin Kettridge should be an easy kick. Straight in front of the posts. And it's safely through from Martin Kettridge. Warrington 2 points, Castleford 8. So Paul Bishop restarts for Warrington, kicks deep. And a good kick there from Paul Bishop. Ruckley, no doubt, is going to argue with the referee. But that was a good kick from Paul Bishop. One bounce over the head of Ruckley means Castleford will have to drop out. Kettridge then drops out. Gregory comes for it, takes it safely, moves forward now, Andy Gregory. Escapes one tackle. Finally brought down over on that far side. Once again, Warrington the fans incensed by something happening in that tackle. This time it's Dwayne. Dwayne moves forward, escapes one tackle. Still going, Ray Dwayne. Finally just brought down by Kettridge. Tamati. Paul Bishop. Mark Roberts took it well, moves inside. Mark Roberts still going, gets the ball away to Paul Bishop. He took that one well. Bishop along to Gregory. Gregory cuts back inside. Look for somebody to support, but there's nobody there. This time it's Tamati. Bishop. Mike Gregory. Throws the ball back. McGinty picks this one up. And Castleford up quickly. Kevin Tamati onto Andy Gregory. Gregory with the chip through. Foster goes for it. Rukley's there. Castleford then with Spears. Stopped by Mark Foster and Rick Thackeray. Slater. Kettridge. Slater. This time it's Hyde. Well tackled though by Sanderson. Shillitoe this time. McGinty's there with Sanderson and Worrell. 6th tackle then for Castleford. Goes back to Beardmore. Beardmore kicks downfield. Paul Ford takes it safely. Paul Ford now moves forward. Well tackled though by Gary Lord and Tony Marchant. Rick Thackeray goes for it, goes himself. Dummies, Thackeray's away, moves forward. Still going Thackeray, still going. Another good run from Rick Thackeray. Quickly up to play the ball to Kevin Tamati. Tamati goes blindside, goes himself, moves in field, still going. Mike Gregory is acting half-back to Andy Gregory. To Paul Bishop. Bishop. Mark Roberts. Roberts back to Bishop. Bishop now straightens up, looking for the gap. Bishop's away. Inside the cast 25. Well brought down by Shillitoe. This time it's Sanderson. Sanderson to Mike Gregory. Gregory. Still Mike Gregory knocks off one man. Looks to throw the ball away. It's a poor one. Castleford back in possession with Spears. Slater now for Castleford. Goes himself. Brought down by Billy McGinty. Beardmore. Free kick. Offside. Against Tony Worrell. So Kettridge with the kick for touch. Slater then onto Shillitoe. And a free kick again to Castleford. Kevin Tamati had appeared to get the ball quite fairly, but Mr. Whitfield must have said the play was held and Castleford can make some more ground inside the Warrington 25. Goes on to Kettridge. Kettridge. Tamati was quickly up, got it away to Johnson. Johnson does a turn, finally stopped by Tony Worrell. Slater onto Shillitoe. Shillitoe with Tamati. England, Keith England still going. Good run from here from Keith England. And Castleford at the moment playing very well. Johnson. Ward still going, off obstruction. Mr. Whitfield saw that one. So Paul Bishop with the free kick. And once again, it's a poor one. Rukley takes it. Rukley still going, finally it's Paul Cullen who has to bring him down. Slater. Slater moves into the Warrington 25. Beardmore looking for the gap. Well spotted though, Gary Sanderson. Along with Mark Roberts to bring him down. This time it's Keith England. England onto Johnson. Johnson gets the ball away, the ball goes loose, it'll be picked up by Beardmore. Beardmore now into Ward. Finally brought down by Tamati and McGinty. Beardmore chips it through. Ryan Wayne's there. And we'll see the first new rule of the match. Warrington having attacked from their own 25 after Roy Dwayne caught the ball in his own touching goal, and it's Tamati now who's moving forward. Not to high tackle, the ball goes loose, Mike Gregory picks it up. Paul Cullen on to Paul Bishop, to Andy Gregory. Gregory now moves forward, goes across field, dummies once, dummies again, looks for the gap. Good little run from Gregory. Plays the ball to Dwayne. Worrell onto Paul Bishop. Bishop long pass onto Mike Gregory. Gregory gets the ball away to Foster. Foster now's got space. He's got speed as well. Foster going for the corner. Foster still going. Cuts his side Ruckley. Was that a trip? No, just late. Foster gets up again. And he's in touch. So nearly a try there for Mark Foster. Good run. Appreciated by the Warrington fans. So an important scrum for both sides. Beardmore puts the ball in and Castleford are in possession. Beardmore onto Ruckley. Ruckley's well tackled by Mark Foster, and Foster was injured in that tackle. England gets away from 2 tackles, still Keith England, but he doesn't get past Ronnie Dwayne. The ball goes loose. Free kick to Warrington. Offside. Referee's decision. So Paul Bishop will try and kick his second goal of the afternoon. In the last couple of minutes in this first half. Bishop strikes it nicely and safely through. So Warrington 4 points, Castleford 8. Let's move into the closing minute in this first half as Kettridge restarts for Castleford. Mark Roberts comes for this one, and Mark Roberts picks it up safely and moves forward, and then he's upended. McGinty, and that's offside. Here's Kevin Ward. Paul Bishop then with the kick for touch. This time safely in. Gregory takes the tap, hands it on to Tony Worrell. Worrell takes place out of the Castleford half. And in fact, there goes the half-time hooter, which sees at half-time the Challenge Cup holders leading the Premiership holders by 8 points to 4. Castleford's points all coming from Martin Kettridge at trying 2 goals. 2 goals from Paul Bishop, the Warrington reply. So at half-time, it's Warrington 4, Castleford 8. So the teams return for the second half, which sees the score at Warrington 4 points, Castleford 8. Looks as if there's no substitutes who have come on at half time, except Bob Beardmore has now got a jersey on without any number. So Martin Kettridge to restart the second half. So far scored all Castleford points, trying 2 goals. That was well taken though by McGinty. McGinty now coming forward, and he's stopped on the 25. Andy Gregory on to Kevin Tamati. Tamati moving forward, but then being pushed back by 3 Castleford players. Once again, Andy Gregory. On to Tony Worrell. Worrell. But oh, nice pass on to Sanderson. Sanderson's got the break now. He's got Dwayne up with him. Sanderson cuts inside. And this time it's Bishop now. Bishop now moving forward. Kicks through. Ball Bishop away with Plange. Bush is still going. Plange got down well for Castleford. Castleford then. Here is number 5, Tony Spears. Slater on to Kettridge. Kettridge. Sanderson's there with Tony Worrell to bring him down. Slater onto Shillito. Shillito goes across field. Good tackle from McGinty and Gregory. Slater goes himself, faced by Sanderson. Sanderson tackles him well. This time it goes back to Beardmore. Lines the kick downfield up. Paul Ford takes it safely. Paul Ford now for Warrington moving forward. Cuts inside one man, gets the ball all the way to Foster now. Foster's got space over that far side. Foster still going, beats one man. Good run from Mark Foster, made by Paul Ford. Warrington now on the attack at the start of this second half. He goes on to Andy Gregory. Gregory now moves forward. Still Andy Gregory, but just can't get his pass away. Drops the ball and hooks it back. Paul Ford now for Warrington, goes left, hands it on to Mike Gregory. Gregory now moving forward. Still Mike Gregory looking for the gap inside to Dwayne. It bounced awkwardly, knocks it back for Rick Zachary. Zachary now moving in field. Rick Zachary on to Paul Bishop. Bishop back inside to Gregory. Gregory now still going. Just couldn't get his pass away to Zachary. 6 more tackles now for Warrington. Bishop on to Matt Roberts. Matt Roberts it was tripped by Slater, or did he slip? But it weighted out anything closer to the cast line. Bishop eager to get on with things. Paul Bishop on to Andy Gregory. Gregory, poor pass, Cullen kicks it forward. Foster's going for the corner, but it just goes out. Nice move at the start of the second half by Warrington. But Castleford now have a tap from the 25. Slater, Keith England takes it, goes himself, stopped by Worrell. Johnson to Ward. Ward goes across field. Tamati and Mark Roberts are there. Goes on to Kettridge. Kettridge faced by McGinty and Andy Gregory. Slater on to Beardmore. Beardmore. Long pass, nicely taken. A nice pass there from Lord onto Marchant. Marchant gets the ball back to Slater. Slater, nice pass onto Rucliffe. Rucliffe onto Hyde. Hyde, Kettridge can't take the pass. Shillito picks it up. Ball goes loose once more. But the play will go back for the first knock on by Kettridge for the scrum down. Gregory puts the ball in, and it's cast ball, but the free kick to Warrington. And it's been a good tussle so far between Andy Gregory and Bob Beardmore, 2 potential Great Britain scrum halves, both looking for that Great Britain number 7 and the forthcoming Australian tests. But here is Andy Gregory on to Tamati. Tamati now moving forward, still Kevin Tamati. Good run there. Andy Gregory's acting half-back. Tony Worrell this time, beats one tackle. Good run from Tony Worrell. This time it's Mike Gregory, goes himself, still Mike Gregory. And free kick there. Andy Gregory going in there. And Slater will be called over by the referee Whitfield for going in hard on Mike Gregory in that tackle. The knee going in. Paul Bishop then to go for goal. Try and pull 2 points back to make it 8-6. So Paul Bishop. Important kick. Paul Bishop comes up, strikes it nicely. And that's a nice kick, is it? But one has his flag up, one doesn't. Well, one linesman had his flag up. The other linesman said it was no goal. And finally referee Whitfield said it was a perfectly good goal. Once again, the standard of linesman and refereeing, especially linesman in that case, not that good. Here's Mark Foster. Mark Foster beats one man. Finally brought down by Gary Hyde. It's Warrington 6, Castleford 8. Here's McGinty. McGinty now moving forward. Good run from Billy McGinty, making good ground. Here's Tamati to Gary Sanderson. Sanderson, good run there, taking 3 cast players to bring him down. Here's Kevin Tamati onto Paul Bishop to Andy Gregory. Gregory dummies. Trying to get the ball away to Tony Worrell, but Shillito was there for Castleford. Matt Gregory goes acting half-back, sends it right onto Paul Bishop. Bishop lines the kick for touch-up. But nicely stopped over that far side by Spears. Spears now moving forward. Mark Roberts brings him down. Keith England then for Castleford, moves forward, faced by Mike Gregory and Gary Sanderson. Slater. Johnson on to Shillito. Shillito dummies, looks for the gap, finds it. Good run for Shillito, finds it's Ronnie Dwayne who has to cover back for Warrington to bring him down. Slater once more, sends it on to Beardmore. Johnson. Johnson looks for the gap. There's nobody following up on the left-hand side. Slater. Beardmore lines the kick up. It looks a good one from Beardmore. And a lovely kick there from Bob Beardmore, the Castleford number 7. And the Castleford fans at the railway end suddenly burst into song. Gregory puts the ball in. Scrum collapses, but it's Mike Gregory who comes away with it. Andy Gregory's acting half-back for Warrington, hands it on to Rick Thackeray. Thackeray hands off one man, still got a good run here from Thackeray. Good run, clearing the lines there for Warrington. Here's Andy Gregory, goes himself, looking for the gap, and Gregory finds it. Still Andy Gregory throws the ball back, ball goes loose, hacked on by Cullen, well stopped by Ruckley. And a free kick to Castleford. Paul Bishop and Paul Cullen in the thick of things there for Warrington. Ruckley is down injured. Free kick to Castleford. Paul Cullen and Paul Bishop in that tackle. And the knees went in, set as referee Mr. Whitfield. Kettridge, good kick from Martin Kettridge. Castleford then, their turn now to attack. It's Ward, Ward storming forward. On the attack now is Martin Kettridge for Castleford, storming forward. Good tackle from Gary Sanderson. Castleford now a long pass to Beardmore. Beardmore onto Marchant. Marchant, nice pass there. Gary Lord, well tackled by Dwayne. Ball goes loose and finally into touch. And the clock is stopped. And it looks like Tony Worrell is leaving the field. And the referee calls over Paul Cullen. And Paul Cullen has a talking to from Mr. Whitfield. Next time he'll be off, and Tony Worrell in fact does leave the field. And that means Ken Kelly will come on. And that will mean a lot of reforming. It looks like Ronnie Dwayne will go in to the scrum at second row. Ball goes in, and it's Matt Gregory who has it. This time it's Andy Gregory onto Ronnie Dwayne. Dwayne now goes across field. Bishop onto Gregory. Gregory looking for the gap, cuts inside Marchant. Marchant though stops in well with Keith England. Ken Kelly, this will be his first touch of the day. And he hands it on to McGinty, who moves forward. McGinty looking for the just gets past Shillitoe. Marchant was there for Cass to bring him down. This time it's Andy Gregory to Paul Bishop. Bishop onto Mark Roberts. And Warrington at the moment not recapturing the form that saw them convincingly beat Wigan last week. Bishop with the kick for touch, it's a good one. Nice kick from Paul Bishop. So just over 10 minutes gone. Gregory pounces on the ball, but the scrum will reform once more. Whitfield blows his whistle as Mark Roberts has gone at hooker. McGinty at prop with Tamati. Second row is Ronnie Dwayne and Gary Sanderson. Loose forward is Mike Gregory. Ball goes in. Beardmore has it. Long pass out to Rukley. It's a poor one. Ken Kelly looking to get in on that one. And it was good play from Gary Lord. This time it's Rukley. Rukley. Good tackle coming in from Gary Sanderson. Beardmore. This time it's England. Sanderson was there again with Dwayne. Good tackling coming in from Warrington now. England plays it to himself, but he didn't play it properly. Referee saw that very quickly indeed. So a chance now probably for Paul Bishop to tie the scores as Castleford prepare to make their substitution. And coming off is Alan Shillitoe. But Paul Bishop first will attempt to level the scores. Bishop, it's safely through, and this time both linesmen get it absolutely correct. Warrington 8, Castleford 8, 4 goals from Paul Bishop. The Warrington's 8 points. And now Castleford still wanting to make their substitution, but play carries on. McGinty, good take from Billy McGinty. McGinty, Foster. Warrington now, no doubt there's been some strong words said at half-time. And it's Paul Cullen, goes blindside to Tamati. Paul Cullen to Mark Roberts. Roberts though loses the ball. Rukley takes the tackle from Mark Roberts. Slater onto Shillitoe. Shillitoe stopped by Sanderson. Beardmore swings it back to Ward. Ward straightens up. Castleford then in midfield. In Slater, who's acting halfback. Goes himself, then hands it on to England, loses it. Mark Roberts has it, then pounced upon by Rukley. Mike Gregory hands it on to Andy Gregory. Gregory now on to Dwayne, his perfect pass, Dwayne's away now. He's got Bishop and Cullen with him. Hands it inside to Bishop. Bishop will score for the wire. Paul Bishop and Warrington score their first try of the season. And it's Paul Bishop who's there. The Warrington fans are happy again. It was the pass from Gregory which sent Ronnie Dwayne scampering away. He had Cullen on his right, he had Bishop to his left. He chose Bishop and Bishop went in for the try. Lovely move there from Warrington. And it's Paul Bishop who has scored all Warrington's points so far, and Martin Kestridge who has scored all Castleford's points. And Warrington take the lead for the first time this afternoon. Paul Bishop then, a swirling wind not making things easy for him. But this one is missed. Well, that is Warrington now 12 points, Castleford 8. And now Castleford will make their substitution. Alan Shillito leaves the field. And Dean Mountain it is. So Martin Kettridge restarts. McGinty goes for it, takes it safely once more. This time hands it on to Mark Foster. Mark Foster, faced by Plange. Ken Kelly this time is acting halfback. Gary Sanderson. Sanderson well tackled by Plange once more. Not seen much of David Plange in this game. Mike Gregory drops the ball. So a scrum down on the Warrington 25. Beardmore puts the ball in. Castleford in possession with Beardmore. Beardmore long pass to Marchant. Bishop was quickly up to bring him down. A wild pass. Gary Hyde. Good tackle from Bishop. Assisted by Gregory. Beardmore to Marchant. Marchant on to substitute Mountain. Mountain throws the ball back to Marchant. Marchant dummies. He's found the gap. He's got Ford to beat. Ford, he's beat him. Tony Marchant scores for Castleford. He rounded Mark Foster, he rounded Paul Ford nicely. Mark Dobbins' attempt did not bring anything for Warrington. And Castleford tied the scores. So coming up to halfway through this second half. The scores are level at 12 each, but Castleford have the chance to take the lead if Kettridge can convert that Marchant try. Kettridge. It's a poor one, but it's through. It's now Warrington 12, Castleford 14, and another substitution for Warrington. Tony Waddle returns and Mike Gregory this time leaves the field. So Paul Bishop restarts for Warrington. Rukley comes for it. Fairly happy to dive on the ball. Keith England still going. Finally Tony Worrell's there, along with Mark Roberts. Slater, Johnson, Mountain still going. This side goes on to Johnson. Johnson straightens up, gets past McGinty, but not past Sanderson. Goes left this time with Ward. Good tackle this time for McGinty, along with Sanderson. Sixth tackle. Goes on to Beardmore. Beardmore with the kick. Rick Thackeray going back, and we'll cut this one off. Rick Thackeray then goes straight. Ken Kelly goes himself on the play of the ball, gets past one man. Finally held. Andy Gregory to Kevin Tamati. But he's well tackled and loses the ball. And it's Castleford who are back in possession. Beardmore, Mountain straightens up. Beardmore onto England. Slater, Johnson long pass, Plange. First real touch of the ball for David Plange. But he's quickly seized upon. Slater, line side to Kettridge. Kettridge straightens up. Ken Kelly's there though for Warrington, 6th tackle. Beardmore, little chip kick. Cullen's there. And Cullen, nicely done. Gets up once more. Brave play from Paul Cullen. Gary Sanderson, stopped by Johnson, gets up, then stopped by Rucliffe. Andy Gregory goes himself, looking for the gap. Throws the ball back to Tamati. Tamati now moving forward for Warrington. Then pushed back, throws the ball. It's a wild one, forcing Paul Cullen to go right back under pressure. Mark Foster has to go himself. Escapes one tackle, then drops the ball. Ball goes back, picked up by Roberts. Free kick to Castleford. And Warrington at the moment under a lot of pressure. And Kettridge takes a quick tap. Gregory was there along with Tony Worrell. Johnson onto Keith England. Dangerous moments now for Warrington. Having to defend. Johnson looks for the gap. Dwayne spotted it. And Castleford now pressing on the Warrington line. Ward is being held. Is there? Try. Kevin Ward for Castleford has proved a problem all day for the Warrington defence, and that time his strength took him over. And that increases Castleford's lead to 18-12. So Kettridge. Kettridge safely through. So Warrington 12 points, Castleford 20. So 22 minutes gone. Paul Bishop has to restart again for Warrington. Hanging one. England comes for it, takes it safely. Kettridge. This time it's Keith England. England moving forward, makes a couple of yards before Mark Roberts and Gary Sanderson bring him down. Slater's acting half back. Johnson. Marchant. This time Gary Law gets it onto Plange. Plan moving in field. Mark Foster and Rick Thackeray were there. In fact, it was Sanderson along with Thackeray. Beardmore, Johnson. Johnson straightening up, looking for the gap. Throws the ball back to Marchant. Marchant gets the ball away this time to Mountain. Mountain now straightens up. Still going. Gets the ball away to Rucliffe. Rucliffe. Good play here from Castleford. 6th tackle. Beardmore. Kick. Tamati stops it well. Moves in field. Ken Kelly onto Paul Bishop. Bishop, long pass onto Dwayne. Dwayne got space once more. Dwayne just couldn't get away from Marchant. Paul Cullen to Paul Bishop. Roberts. And loses the ball. Cullen's there to pick it up. Andy Gregory. Can he produce something now? Going cross field. But can't get the ball away. Paul Bishop. Kick downfield. Rucliffe going back for it inside his own 25. Picks it up safely. Ruckley now for Castleford, faced by Bishop. Good tackle from Paul Bishop. Beardmore, Kettridge. Slater going himself, nice pass onto Mountain. Mountain gets the ball away to Beardmore. Beardmore. And Castleford at the moment playing some good rugby. Johnson, Marchant looking to get away from McGinty, gets it away to Johnson once more. Johnson throws it back to Slater. Ken Kelly was quickly in for Warrington, but still gets the ball away to Ruckley. Johnson lines to kick up. That's a good one from Johnson. Gregory puts the ball in, throws it back to Rick Thackeray. Thackeray now goes across field. Still Rick Thackeray looking for the gap, gets it away to Ken Kelly. Ken Kelly now for Warrington, moving forward, looking for the gap, cuts inside Marchant. But Marchant brings him down along with Gary Lord. Paul Cullen on to Andy Gregory. Gregory looking to go himself. Paul Cullen. Tony Worrell. Worrell throws the ball back to McGinty. McGinty now looking for the gap and finds it. McGinty's away. McGinty now for Warrington. He's got Dwayne with him. Good tackle coming in from David Plange. Gary Sanderson onto Ken Kelly. Warrington now pressing. Kelly onto Roberts. He's looking for the gap. Roberts is away. Good tackle coming in from Johnson. Free kick to Warrington. And Paul Bishop will go for goal. Eight points the difference at the moment. So Paul Bishop. And this time it's safely through. And that's Warrington 14, Castleford 20. 6 points now the difference, so trying a goal. And just over 10 minutes remaining. Kettridge restarts. Sanderson on to Mark Foster. Foster now moving forward. Shot of the 25, he's brought down by Tony Marchant. Cullen onto Tamati. Tamati clears his 25, moves forward. Ken Kelly goes acting halfback this time. Onto Tony Worrell. Worrell now moves forward. Kelly. Sanderson. Sanderson cuts inside one tackle. Finally brought down by Kevin Ward. Ken Kelly. Onto Andy Gregory, to Paul Bishop, back to Gregory, Gregory, onto Mark Roberts. Roberts has now got the gap, he's faced by Ruckley. Roberts is away, but just slips as he's trying to go for the line. Sixth tackle for Warrington. Gregory quickly takes it, hands it onto Tony Worrell. Worrell now onto Dwayne. Dwayne moves in field, still Ray Dwayne. Long pass out now to Ken Kelly. Kelly onto Tamati. Tamati with the kick through. Thackeray with Plange. Plange jumps up for it, the ball goes loose. Still, and it's finally Plange who jumps on it. Castleford then deep inside their own 25. Plange plays the ball, taken by Keith England. Rick Thackeray brings him down. 10 minutes remain. Mountain. Gary Lord clearing the lines for Castleford. Slater On to Ward. Ward goes across field looking for the gap. Finds Marchant. Marchant gets the ball away now to Hyde. Hyde still going over on that far side. Cuts in field. Still Gary Hyde. Nice pass on to Spears. Spears finally brought down by Paul Cullen. 6th tackle for Castleford. Just inside the Warrington half. Here's Beardmore. Beardmore inside to Marchant. Marchant's faced by Bishop. Bishop brings him down well. 6th tackle, the turnover. Paul Bishop eager to get on with things. Here's Andy Gregory. Gregory now moving forward for Warrington. Back to Tamati. Tamati now, things opening up for Kevin Tamati. Still going, hands off one man, hands off two men, finds Paul Cullen. Cullen now, inside to Mark Foster. Mark Foster now moving. Still Mark Foster, because he's out 3 men. Foster still going. Hands on to Ken Kelly. Ken Kelly now for Warrington, still going. Hands it back to Dwayne. Dwayne finds Foster, hands to Sanderson. Sanderson back to Paul Ford. Ford out to Ray Thackeray. Ray Thackeray doubles the cuts in field. Ray Thackeray still going. Still Ray Thackeray. He's going for the line, he's got Ken Kelly with him. Still Ken Kelly. Ken Kelly still going. Great move from Warrington. Warrington down inside the crowd, getting behind him now. Rick Thackeray inching closer now to the Castleford line. Ken Kelly, long pass out to Andy Gregory. Gregory, still Gregory, he's looking for the gap, he's found it, just slips and caught by the heels of Gary Hyde as who's going through. This time it's Tamati. Tamati out to Sanderson. Sanderson moves forward, still Gary Sanderson. Good Castleford cover, he's quickly up, 6th tackle. What can now Warrington make of this? It's Andy Gregory to Paul Bishop. Bishop with the kick across field. It's a good one. The ball goes loose. It's going to fall to Tony Waddle. He's there, but a free kick. I don't believe that. I don't. The free kick given to Castleford. The kick across field was a good one. Thackeray, Ford and Planjo went up for it. The ball fell loose. It was Tony Waddle who picked it up and scrambled over. But the try does not count. And it remains at Warrington 14, Castleford 20. Slater onto Dean Mountain. Mountain moving forward, stopped by Tamati, along with Billy McGinty. Johnson. Slater this time, on to Beardmore. Beardmore to Keith England. England. He's held though, but gets the ball away. Johnson. Mountain. Ward. Ward slits the ball away to Marchant. Can't take it. Mark Foster has it for Warrington. Foster quickly gets up. Here's Paul Bishop. Bishop loses the ball. Warrington back on it, but that's the knock on. So the scrum down just inside the Castleford half. Beardmore puts the ball in. Castleford ball. Here's Gary Hyde, stopped by Dwayne. Beardmore hands it on to Keith England. England faced by Sanderson, gets the ball back to Beardmore. Beardmore straightens up, gets the ball away. It's Bishop, he's got the interceptions away. Bishop will go for the try line, no one will stop him. Paul Bishop scores for Warrington. He spotted that brilliantly. Oh, brilliant play from Paul Bishop. He spotted the interception there. Keen awareness from Paul Bishop. He spotted the pass coming and he sprinted away. And nobody stopped Paul Bishop to go over to pull the scores back to Warrington 18 points, Castleford 20. And now Paul Bishop has the job to try and convert his own try. So 5 minutes are left, and an important kick now for Paul Bishop. Bishop then, tough kick. He struck it nicely, he struck it beautifully. Warrington 20, Castleford 20. All 20 points coming from Paul Bishop. So, a cliff-hanging last 5 minutes as Castleford make a substitution. Play restarts, here's Dwayne. Dwayne now moving forward for Warrington. The fans try to get behind the side now. Dwayne brought down over on that far side. This time it's Tony Waddle. Waddle. Good run from Waddle, makes precious ground for Warrington. Here's Tamati, on to Gregory. Gregory now moves forward. Makes play inside the Castleford half before he's just brought down. Here's Tamati. Tamati, on to Mark Foster. Foster, moving forward, brought down by Beardmore. Here's Tamati once more, sends it right with Gregory. Gregory looking there, but a strong tackle coming in. Sixth tackle. Paul Bishop comes up. Lines the drop goal up. It struck well, but it will just go and fall short. Here's Rucliffe for Castleford. Frantic stuff now. Good tackle from Gary Sanderson. This time it goes on to Keith England. Sanderson's there with Ken Kelly. Ken Kelly brings him down. Here's David Plange. Plange going across field. Still Plange. Plange still going. Good run. Good stop from Cullen and Dwayne. Goes on to Marchant. Marchant across to Dean Mountain. Tamati's quickly there. Throws it back to Marchant. Marchant has to take the tackle. Sixth tackle then for Castleford on their own 25. Good tackle coming in there from Warrington. Here's Beardmore. Kicks downfield to relieve the Castleford pressure. Paul Ford comes for it. Bounces awkwardly for him but takes it safely. Ford now moves forward. Still Paul Ford. Cuts inside. What about Ford's away? Good break here for Ford. Dummies. Cuts in field. Still Paul Ford. Good run from Paul Ford there. Sets Warrington up on the attack. And the ball kicked away. Free kick to Warrington. So Paul Bishop will go for goal. Andy Gregory's given today's man of the match. No doubt closely run by Paul Bishop, who scored all 20 of Warrington's points this afternoon. But once again, Gregory's in there, no doubt took over as captain as when Les Boyd left the field. So, Paul Bishop, it's 20 apiece and an important kick. He struck it beautifully, but it just goes to the left of the post and drops short. Here's Tony Marchant now for Castleford. Marchant looking to take on Kelly. Kelly comes back well. Marchant cuts inside. Still Tony Marchant. Won't get past Paul Bishop. Cleared his lines then. Took well Tony Marchant. And that's going to be... The referee's whistle goes. And Paul Bishop injured. Referee stops the clock. A minute left. Here's Slater. Johnson. Slater once more. Beardmore. Dean Mountain. Anxious moments now. Here's Slater. Keith England. England looking for the gap. Well spotted by McGinty to bring him down. Slater onto Johnson. Johnson. Shillito, who's come back on for Kevin Ward. Sixth tackle. Beardmore with the kick, it's a good one. So, scrum down, deep inside the Warrington half. An important scrum now. Well inside then the last minute. But no doubt some injury time to play as the referee stopped the clock a number of times. But Castleford in possession with Beardmore. Beardmore across to Marchant. Marchant. Still Tony Marchant. Sets Castleford up now. Pats will work. Pats for drop goal position. Or Pats even go for the try. Here's Dean Mountain. Beardmore. Johnson. Castleford pressing now. Warrington under pressure. Beardmore goes himself. Still Beardmore, he's over. That no doubt will be the clinching try. I think Warrington there will have been waiting for the drop goal, and Beardmore took them all by surprise to score. Dejected Warrington players. As it looks like Castleford have won it in the final seconds of the game. Should be easy this for Kettridge as he comes up. Right footed, no trouble. That takes a score to Warrington 20, Castleford 26. And that's a poor kick. The wind blowing that one back. Gives Castleford a free kick on the halfway line. And no doubt the way sometimes they go for goal. Once again, the referee stops the clock. Now in injury time. So Kettridge comes up, poor kick. McGinty coming forward now for Warrington. He stops, and there goes the final hooter. Good victory here at Wolfsburg then for Castleford. They win here by 26 points to 20. Warrington, all 20 points scored by Paul Bishop. Castleford tries from Marchant, Beardmore, Kevin Ward. Poor display that really.